In session number 9, we are elaborate what is algorithms and what is the function or function object in STL. Means in the previous session we already studied what is container, what is iterator, as well as you also know or each and every student know what is algorithm, what is the function. But here we are studied what is function object, what are the different types of algorithms are provided by using STL, how we have to use algorithm as a header file in our program. We expand or we elaborate the concept of vector. So students, the container is, it can be an object which will be hold the data types or the data of the same data types. These containers are used to implement different data structures. For example, by using container, we are implemented array as well as list, queue, that already explained in the previous session. Next one is iterator. Iterator are the pointer-like entity which will be used to access the individual element from the container. That also explained in previous session, diagrammatically, systematically. For accessing iterator or a specific element of the container, we are writing begin function of iterator, and for end we have to write the end function of iterator. Algorithms. Students, algorithm is a step-by-step execution of program we know very well. But by using that algorithms, we can solve number of or numerous problems very easily. So that algorithms are used as a function used across variety of containers for processing different types of numerical, mathematical data. And last one is function. Function is an object that will be defined in the class, and we have to use the object of that function from that class. So from that slide we started what is algorithm. Algorithm is a component of STL, standard template library. Vector is a standard template library. Map is a standard template library. So by using algorithm, we are going to solve various problems. There are 5 different types of algorithms: mutating algorithm, non-mutating algorithm, sorting algorithm, set algorithm, and relational algorithm. Friends, what is non-mutating algorithm? The non-mutating algorithm which do not alter any value of the container object, and it also do not change the sequence of container. Students, We know what is container. Container is an array-like structure, but the difference between array and container is that array have the specific array have a specific size, container doesn't. So here, by using non-mutating algorithm, we do not alter any value of the container, as well as we do not alter the sequence of elements in the container. Friends, we also seen in the last session there are 4 different types of iterators. From that, for non-mutating algorithm, we use here forward iterator. Second type of algorithm is mutating algorithm. That will be vice versa of non-mutating. Means what? Here we can alter the value of container as well as we change the sequence of container also. That algorithm is called as algorithm. Next one is sorting algorithm. If any sequence is given to us in the container, we have to sort that the elements of that container by using sorting algorithm. Set algorithm. Set algorithm are also known as sorted range algorithm. This algorithm is used to perform some functions on a container that greatly improves the efficiency of the program. Means, when we have to increase the efficiency of the program, at that time we use the set algorithm. And last one is a relational algorithm. It is used to work on numerical data. Friends, in future, when you have to implement any project, you have to handle numerous data, and most of the data is present in the form of numbers. That data is called as numerical data. So here we use a relational algorithm to handle that numerical data. They are mainly designed to perform a mathematical operations. For example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, etc., etc. On the elements that will be consist in the container. So there are 5 different types of algorithm: non-mutating, mutating, sorting, set algorithm, and a relational. What are the advantage of algorithm? There are 5 to 6 different types of or more different types of advantages of algorithm. We have to solve complex operations. We have to perform complex operation easily by using that 60 different types of functions of algorithm or algorithmic functions. Standard algorithms work with 2 different types of containers at the same time. Algorithms are a standalone template function. We have to use algorithm as a header file in our program. That is also the component of STL. And friends, if we write or use better algorithm, we saves the time as well as the effort required to perform number of operations. The next component of STL is function object. Function is a set of instructions which will be written something. There are 2 different types of functions: call by reference, call by value. But here we have to wrap that function in a class. We know that when the collection of objects, or the objects are collected at one place, that specific topic or concept is called as class. For example, ty is a class and student is object. So like that, the function is wrapped in a class and that function is used as an object, that is called as function object. That function object is also called as function. A function object is an object that contains at least one definition of operator function. And by using that operator function, for example dot function, we have to access that function object which will wrap in the function class. So friends, there are various advantages of function object over a regular function. Function objects can have member function as well as member attributes. Yes, function is also member function as well as member attributes. Function objects can be initialized before their usage. Yes, we have to define the object of that function. If we compare it with a regular function can have a different types only when the signature differs. But the function object can have different types even when the signature is same. That is the difference between regular function and function object. Function objects are faster than regular function. This is also the difference between the normal function and the function object. So this is the program of function object. So here we have to wrap the function in the class that will be called in the main function. We have to define previous the f as a function object, int operator, and passes the two values or parameters a and b. So we call here f 5, 5 and we passes that value into the class function object, and after that programs print the result or returns the result a plus b, that is 10 as the output. So friends, as per the previous discussion, that function is wrapping in the class and we have to use that function as an object in the main program. So this is very easy to implement. So please, if you have possible, implement that program in your computer. Not a single program, perform multiple programs, because this is very important topic. STL is a very important topic in unit number 2. Friends, the vector is a part of container. The containers have lots of different types of parts. For example, vector, list, dequeue, queue, priority queue, map, set, multi-set, etc., etc. In that syllabus, we are studied two different types of STL, standard template, containers. First one is vector and second one is map, and we are used in our program also. These are very important containers. Those are used in actual programming of C plus competitive programming. So in previous session, I already explained what is map. Map is an associate container for storing unique key value pairs. That is, each key is associated with only one value. Friends, you also use key values in Python when you have to perform the Python practicals in second year. And I explain the program for map also in the next session. In that session, we see the program of vector. Vector is a class that creates a dynamic array. In that dynamic array, that vector allows us to insert and delete element from the back of that array. So here we have to take a simple example. In that program, we basically studied 2 to 3 components of STL. Here we have to study container, that is vector as a container, because vector is a part of container. And we also studied how we have to use iterator in our program. So friends, if you see this program in for loop, we have to use iterator. Friends, container that will be stores the elements like as array, and iterator that will be work as a pointer, and we have to refer the elements of container. So here vector, in that bracket the string is a data type. V1 means what? V1 is a vector which have a string data type. V1 pushback Java point and V1 pushback tutorial. V1 as a container, and we have to store the element Java point and tutorial in that vector. Friends, for referring that elements of that container, we have to use, or memory address of that container, we have to use iterator. By using that iterator, we have to begin from and end up to the last value of container. Begin from v1 dot begin means what? The starting element is what? For example, the starting location consists Java point in the iterator, in the container. And after that, we point at the last, that is end point of the container. By using cout, we print that both values, Java point and tutorial. So this is very easy program where we have to use container, that is vector, iterator, how to begin the iterator, how to end the iterator, how to define the syntax of iterator, how we have to define the syntax of vector. Then next, how we have to include the vector as a header file in our program. That also shows in the same program. Friends, next one is there are 20 to 25 vector functions. Here I have to take on some of the examples that will be put in front of you only. For example, 80 is a function provided by vector. It provides the reference to an element. It provides the reference. Back, it gives the reference to the last element. Front, it gives the reference of the first element. Means if you have to get the reference of first, last, and between element, or when we have to exchange the reference or exchange the elements in between the two vectors, we use swap as a vector function. Pushback, in last program we use pushback function. It adds a new element at the end of the container, that is vector. Empty, it determines whether the vector is empty or not. Insert, it inserts the new elements at the specified location or position. So friends, there are number of vectors, up to 20 to 25 different types of functions are provided by the vector.